All right, welcome back to the Amazon monthly store sales update for March 2020. Before we dive into details, let's also be sure to ask if this is your first time visiting our channel. We'd love for you to hit the like button, leave a comment on the video. Let us know if you're getting value from these monthly updates. Be sure to hit the subscribe button so you get notified because we do a sales update one time each month. And so want to welcome everyone who's watching and our number one amazing Amazon reseller, now coach, international speaker as of late, and amazing guy, Jonathan Proulx. Welcome back. It's good to have you.
Awesome. How's it going, Jay?
Really, really good. And we just had an amazing meeting this morning because we have an important announcement to share. So Jonathan, I'm going to let you share that with all of our viewers because we've been chatting about it here in the past few monthly updates just leading up to this. So take it away.
Yeah, so in the last few videos, we talked a little bit about how we had a little bit of a sale decrease based on some specific strategies that we put in place. What we did, short story, was we closed down our smaller prep center in order to open a bigger facility to be able to run, 5-10 times more products through and hopefully grow to the moon. So it's been a long, dragged out process, but it's actually a great day today to do this video because we actually received keys to the new space this morning. Our prep center guy was in the space running around in circles like it was a football field. So there's plenty of room. So that's been super exciting. We've been struggling, especially now, a little bit of a COVID, adjustment as well and everything going on with that COVID. Prep center's open as of today. So operations are starting to run. So it's super exciting.
Really, really excited about that. And, kudos to everyone on our team. And for full disclosure, so Jonathan and I are co-owners along with Ken Kubler with Canada Prep and Ship, which is a name that you're going to be hearing a lot more of in the Amazon world as we expand that here in Canada. And couldn't be any more happy for my teammates and for all of us for all the hard work that's gone into getting to this point. And we shared before, sometimes in business, if we just set aside Amazon store sales for a second, sometimes in business, as difficult as it is to swallow, you have to take a step back in order to move several steps forward. And that was a risk that we were willing to take. And we knew the frustrations, and we knew that there would be a dip in sales. And that is so hard for people like Jonathan, who, like myself, who have nothing but unlimited ambition and perseverance and want to see the numbers continue to ramp up. And so that was a really tough time for us, Jonathan. Like we struggled. We had to counsel each other through that, that period, right? But it's all good. So if we look back to last month compared to, if we look back to February and then compare that to March. So March was up, and let's just have a look. I'll just share my screen here and we'll pull up what the sales were for March. I'll just get that zoomed in a bit. If we can't make that happen. Not sure why that's not zooming in, but so up 17% from February. Now, understanding that this is during a COVID-19 pandemic. And so we're going to look back on this video many years from now, and our memory will be jogged on just how difficult a time it is for business in general. But yet we're still moving product through Amazon. We're still in the game, and sales were up 17%. So we came in at, my apologies, I can't get this zoomed in, but this came in at 31,680 plus US dollars, which is a great month considering what we're dealing with. So again, great job for everybody. And we're going to be ramping things up in a big way so that when we come out of this COVID-19 and it's normalized, Amazon's going to have a lot of fulfilling to do. I wish we could have had Jeff Bezos on the line today. He could expand on that for us. But Jonathan, maybe you can share with folks just your outlook on Amazon sales in general. So if you envision us coming out of this COVID-19 crisis, What's your outlook? What do you foresee in the Amazon sales front?
So yeah, I guess there's a lot of things going on there. Us specifically in our stores, we've seen a little bit of a hit, I guess you call it, because we are in quite deep in a lot of the categories that were not considered to be essential products. So Amazon did put priority on essential products for like a couple weeks ago for up to at this point April 5th, but we're not sure. It could go past that. But overall, sales on Amazon have been up. Jeff Bezos has made more money this month than he did last month or the month before. So overall, Amazon sales are up, even though there's a little bit of decrease in some of the stock being able to go in. That doesn't actually mean that those toy categories and stuff that are restricted are selling less. They're actually selling more. So people are at home, they're bored. Things like board games and these toys are actually selling a lot faster. The only issue for us in that scenario is we aren't able to ship in because Amazon's not accepting more inventory.
Right.
Now, a lot of people are capitalizing on FBM and fulfilling themselves at this time. So if you have a whole bunch of toys that Amazon won't accept right now, you can still fulfill them yourself and still do very well. So sales in general as a whole have been very high through this whole time. As well as a good kind of fact to understand is that Amazon has done a good clean out of a lot of the sellers. So a lot of people were doing price gouging in these times and just kind of ripping people off. And they've taken out, I think about the last time I heard a number, it was 3,900 accounts. So that's not like a huge amount, but I mean, it's a fair amount of accounts that now there's a gap for more people like us to be able to fill those voids, because there's going to be more of a demand for sellers if some of them get kicked off, right?
Absolutely.
Even if it's only.
Yeah.
So that's a benefit for us, and as for new sellers as well that are looking to get into it, that's a very good benefit, I think. And another thing that's happened is I think that the number in Canada alone, I don't know about the States because they're a little more into the online shopping already, but like 20% of Canadians that are up in Amazon sales because they've been sitting at home. They're scared to go outside right now. So there's a whole world of people experiencing online sales for the very first time. So we're actually gaining a whole bunch of new clients, considering Amazon's getting a whole new clients, which eventually trickle to us for sales.
Yeah.
So we're actually getting a larger customer base. So, you know, not only because it's more convenient now, but some people will be considering that safer because they're not going to be going out. They're not going to be having to do these multiple trips to these, people are going to be afraid of supermarkets eventually if this keeps going like this. So all in all, more sales, less sellers, and more people looking to buy is where we're at, I think, with the whole situation right now.
Oh, that's an awesome update. And I agree with you completely because, one of the senior executives at Amazon was being interviewed on a large news network here recently. And he said that, currently online sales represent about 11% of total retail business in North America right now. And so when we come out of this COVID-19 crisis, that is going to be much higher because of exactly what you described. People are experiencing online transactions for the very first time. Yeah. And when you start to think about all the products and things that can be delivered to you, people are starting to say, hey, you know what, this is really convenient. Maybe I should continue doing this, going outside of, coming through this pandemic. And for sellers like us who operate in integrity, we would say shame on people for price gouging during a time like this. This is a time where you should be deeply discounting and giving people, access to products and things that they need. And so for any seller out there who even dreamt at night at doing that, maybe we can bleep this out somehow, but F you for treating people or trying to treat people that way, during a time like this. And we would never even dream at night of doing that. And so we're expanding our business. The Done For You program, just to give people an update, this is a service that's coming because of the restrictions on product categories and fulfillment in terms of inventory, turnaround and turnover. you know, we're going to be moving into the done for you process here once we get out of the COVID-19 situation, and we know that things can be shipped and turned over within the metrics that we've outlined and described. And again, for full disclosure, you know, Jonathan and I, along with several teammates, are executing to that service and going to provide that. And I'm the case study. I'm the one that the guinea pig, I guess, if you will, that kind of went through it, which helped kind of map out our whole operating process and how we're going to go about doing this. So Jonathan, you're awesome. He's also, which is really neat, Jonathan, pretty humble guy. He won't share this with you, but he's being invited to share, you know, his wisdom and his experience. Most recently, he was invited to speak to a large group of entrepreneurs. It was to be held in Las Vegas, but ended up being a virtual talk, which is probably better if you're, as you kind of get, you know, working through experience of becoming a speaker. And so keep an eye on this guy, because he's going places. He's a sought after expert on this process, and understandably so. And I'm really proud of you, Jonathan. Like, we've got so much great work to do, and it's just really exciting to watch you grow. So looking forward to all the success in the coming quarters.
Awesome, man. Thanks a lot, man. I appreciate you. You've been there with me, and we're going to grow together now. So it's very exciting. I'm looking forward to just to the value. It's just going to be insane. So I'm pumped.
All right. So people who are watching us on YouTubes and the Facebooks, we appreciate you. Make sure you hit subscribe, hit the like button, leave a comment for us if you have a question, a concern, a thought. If you want to create time just to connect with me and talk about my done for you experience and Jonathan's expertise and where we're headed, don't hesitate to connect with me. But otherwise, we wish everyone stay safe, stay healthy. We hope this video finds you, your family, your friends, your loved ones safe and healthy, and that everybody's doing great. So keep monitoring those social distancing measures. They're working. And Jeff Bezos, if you watch this video, if you have a rear view mirror in your car, just go ahead and spray it with a little bit of Windex and clean it. Make sure that it's good, because we're coming. Thanks, Jonathan. Appreciate you, man.
All right, man. Thank you.
You bet.